Before we begin, I'd like to tell you a little bit about our new remote training here at RPP. We've been offering remote training for quite some time, but we always required the athlete to come in-house for an assessment. Now we can do the whole assessment online and bring all of our services, pitching, hitting, and strength training to your doorstep. So, if you like what we do and how we do it, go to our website at rocklandpeakperformance.com and click on Remote Training in the toolbar. Thanks. Not everyone has access to great training where they may live, and sometimes are not close enough to our facility to train with us live or in-house. So we utilize remote training for those who don't have access to world-class training around their area where they live. Maybe you do, and you're just not happy with your progress. Or you're coming back from an injury, and maybe you've been doing rehab with a PT, and now it's time for you to get into some training, but you want to make sure you're doing it at a place that has extensive experience with bringing guys back from injury. And just because we're training remotely, in no way, shape, or form do we sacrifice any of the integrity of our assessment. Prior to any training programs being given out, we check mobility and movement strategy of the athlete. If they're a pitcher, we look at their throwing and their mechanics, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. If they're hitting, we do a hitting assessment as well. And it also involves a strength training assessment, getting 1-rep maxes, and making sure athletes are using correct form. There are over 15 to 20 exercises that we have selected to check an athlete's movement strategy. These are demonstrated to the athlete when they enroll in the program, and then they send us video from their iPhone where we will do a movement strategy assessment based off of these videos that they send us. This is ground zero for creating a dynamic athlete with the ability to move efficiently. We can't get you into great movement patterns as far as throwing and hitting drills if you don't have a good base of movement from the start. Some of the things we look at are how you look statically, just standing still, shoulders, how they move dynamically when we try to get the arms overhead. We're looking at shoulder flexibility and tightness. How well do you move your shoulders? How well do you scap load? As far as the lower half goes, we're looking at flexibility and tightness in those hips. We're looking for lower half strength and stability. If we do not have a strong lower half, we're shooting a cannon from a canoe. We just don't have the stability to do it. And as far as a reactive training, how far can we move in the frontal plane off that back leg when coming down the mound? This is a huge test for us when we want to see how reactive an athlete is, and do we need to get them stronger or do we need to get them more explosive and faster? And sometimes it's both. And here are some of the exercises that we look at as far as the prime movers and what we're looking for in athletes to be able to move properly. These videos will be sent to you as a demonstration of how we need you to move, and then we will adjust accordingly from what we get back from you via the videos that you send us. We take great pride in our video analysis. It's really ground zero when it comes to determining what disconnects need to be addressed. Or sometimes guys will call us and just are looking for a second opinion. It may be from a parent, it may be from a coach, but we're open to doing a video analysis for you, even if you're not planning on training with us remotely. Some people just want a video analysis to get that second opinion. The analysis involves dozens of distinct points, which I'm going to get to in a moment, in the pitching delivery or in the swing path. And we will structure them, and we will create a movement analysis for you, as well as prescribing pitching or hitting drills that go along with your strength training program. And once again, here is an example of what we ask the athlete to send us, whether it's hitting or pitching, so we can take it through the extensive analysis that we do and better prescribe the drills we feel are needed to get this athlete into a more efficient position to hit a baseball or throw. And here's an example of some of the things we look at in our video analysis. We look at over 50 points, beginning from leg lift, going into stride, taking it through the acceleration phase, and into release. Once we look at some postural metrics, we then reanalyze the throw in real time to see if there's any timing issues. You can't just look at something statically. You also can't just look at something movement-wise. You may not catch it. We believe you have to look at both static, postural, and in real time for timing issues. I honestly don't know of any program that uses such an extensive set of metrics to analyze throwing mechanics or hitting mechanics. Once all the analysis is done and everything has been prescribed as far as your strength training program and your throwing or your hitting drills, it is loaded into your client portal that you set up. It's simple and easy to install, and it gets downloaded right onto your iPhone where you can check it, you can bring it into the gym with you, and it comes complete with video. In summary, every athlete gets a dedicated performance coach that's going to focus on their training. It's the same guy, it's your guy every single time. The programming is 100% designed around your specific needs following your assessment. You will tell us if you're going to be training 5 times a week, 3 times a week. Are you going to just strength train? Are you going to have throwing correctives and programming? Or you're hitting correctives and programming? You let us know. Anything can be designed around what it is that you're looking for, and you and I both feel is the best way to get you to where you need to be. We'll not only be doing weekly reviews on your throwing or your hitting mechanics, we will also be watching you in the weight room. Make sure we're creating good movement strategies, because all of this goes out the window if we sustain an injury in the weight room. As well as we may not always need the same correctives. Once a movement pattern clears up or cleans up, we may not need that corrective anymore. We may need to replace it with something else or just eliminate it altogether. You'll receive weekly coach check-ins and video calls to see how things are going, as well as you having access if you need to call. You do not have to wait for that coach to call you. You can call if you have any questions. We're available to you 24 hours a day with our support staff via email. And even though we can't be there with you 24 hours a day, we have provided online video for every single corrective, mobility drill, and throwing and hitting drill exercise in your program. These programs will change every month based on where we need to be, where you are in your season, and how much time we have before we need to get you ready. So that's a really brief overview of our remote training program here at RPP. And the next couple slides are some testimonials from some pretty major players in the business that have really great things to say about our programs. And we really, really appreciate that. I'd really like to say thanks for checking us out. And please take it one step further. Give us a buzz. Get an assessment. Get a video analysis. Let us know what you think. Let us help you create a more efficient pattern, a more efficient throw, more efficient swing, and get you just overall more athletic in the weight room and as an athlete. I encourage you to check us out. You deserve the best training you can. You deserve to investigate anything that's going to get you to where you need to be. And I really feel like RPP is the place that can really help you with that. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. If you're interested in our training material on pitching, hitting, or strength training, you can reach us at rocklandpeakperformance.com or on Twitter and Instagram at RPP_baseball. You can also call our front desk at 201-308-3363 or email us at rpp@rocklandpeakperformance.com. Also, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel on the way out.